welcome back everybody to more Aurora 4X. Yeah, you can see I got a little black fuzzball on my lap right now. My kitty Tips wanted some attention and I gave her some attention and she gave me a good bath. She's such a sweet, lovable thing. And she's in a good mood. Oh, yeah, more cleaning. Thank you, sweetheart. You're such a good girl. All right, let's put you on my lap so I can do what I need to do. All right. Last time we left off, we had just finished Trans-Newtonian technology. Oh my God, you can see that down here. That's so awesome. We can finally use all these minerals and stuff. And what's this red here? Oh my God. Oh, we'll get back to that later. Okay, so you can also see we have more scientists. Ah, holy cow. What do we want to do with these scientists? What do we want to do? What did Trans-Newtonian do? You can see we now have terraforming module and terraforming rate. Oh my God, that's awesome. Oh, we got stuff in construction and production now. Defensive systems, energy weapons, logistics, missiles, power. We got stuff in everywhere. The first one, and arguably the most important one, period, is speed. We need to get the pressurized water reactor, so we're going to give that to Charles Skinner. Did we just enter a Simpsons episode? Now you can see a bunch of stuff here. I'm going to pull this to the side, pop up our design view here for our technologies, because we talked a little bit about this stuff last episode. I'm going to pull this back. So engines, right? Conventional engine technology. We can't advance past that for now. Pressurized water reactor is going to allow us access to nuclear engines. Nuclear, you say, that's dirty. Well, not so much in space. It doesn't matter. Engine power, we can actually research that, right? Minimum engine power, 0.4, 1.5. So we can actually go above and below this 1.0 and 0.5. Very cool. Same with this fuel consumption. 0.9 liters per engine power haul. Oh my God, that's this. That is permanent fuel reduction, regardless of what your engine power is. Okay, so if I have engine power of 1 and I get 0.9 liters per hour, this is going to use that automatically. I will now consume 0.9 right here, even though it's a 0.1 engine. Wow, very cool. Capacitor recharge rate, the amount of power which an energy weapon will recharge every 5 seconds. So that's going to come in important when we start doing weapons. All right. Reactor power boost. That's what is that? That is down here under power plants. Okay. So that's all that stuff. So right now we just want to research pressurized water reactors so that we can get better stuff. We also want to come down to sensors and fire control, geological survey sensor. We want to do that now, but well, we're out of lab, so let's remove 5 labs and give Rise Greenwood geological survey sensors. Bam. What? Oh, 0. Okay, so I can type it in there, or I can click here and click back there. There we go. Now I click create. Bam. So we will have geological sensors in December of 2002, so the end of this year, and pressurized water reactor, March 2003. Excellent. Our next key thing we need to do is go to industry. So industry, what is the industry? So right now we have 550 construction. However, that is conventional construction. That's Ford manufacturing plants. That's paper mills. That's, regular stuff that makes the stuff out of iron, copper, paper, brass, wood, whatever have you, metals that we have now. We need to get all of that stuff and convert it into Trans-Newtonian technology production facilities. Okay? So we need to get that done. So we've got that. Convert conventional industry, that's what the CI here is, to construction factory, and this is all trans-Newtonian, so it kind of goes without saying. Factory, fighter factory, fuel refinery, mine, and ordnance factory. There's 3 that we're concerned about. Okay, the first off is a construction factory. So we have 550 to use. Now this is a value that we set at the very beginning of our game in the world creation. This could be 1,000, 5,000, 10,000, 100,000, whatever you set that to. Default though is 1,000. We kind of handicapped ourselves with 550. So what we're going to do is put 300 right there, right? And then we're going to put 33%, well, let's go 34% there. And it pops it up right there, gives us a completion date of May 11th, 2034. Oh my God, that's going to take so long. Why? Well, we'll get into that in a minute. Next, we need mines. So we're going to do the same exact amount of mines as we did. Well, no, we're not. We can't, because that's more than we have. Well, we're going to go 200 on the mines. And then we want fuel refineries. Why? Because we have absolutely no refineries, and we are going to need them desperately later on in the game. So the more we have now, the better we're going to be. But we also need to divvy that up to our construction and mines. So we're going to get 50 there. All right, and that is 100% capacity, right? 30, 60, 90, 3, 6, 9, 10. Okay, so yeah, 100%. So we got 2034, 2007, and 2024. The reason why they're taking so long is because of the amount. Okay? Now, mining. What the hell are these orange numbers here? Well, these orange numbers is telling me how many materials I need to complete these items. The orange tells me that we will not have enough minerals in storage at our current mining rate to complete the project. That's bad. So if we come back over here to manage shipyards, remember we told this to continually expand. Okay, so if I tell it to pause activity, that's going to stop doing that in theory, but we're just going to delete it completely because it's easy to add. We'll get back to that once we start making our first ships. So that will reduce the amount of items that need, but we're doing this stuff. We're just converting stuff, right? We shouldn't need that. Wrong. We still need materials to add to this stuff. So it's for each conventional industry that we convert into a construction factory, it's going to take 10 duranium, 5 titanium, and 5 verandite. So we're doing that 300 times. So it's going to tap us out. The good news everyone, as we convert our CI to mining, these ground-based mines are going to go through the roof. Okay, we're gonna get additional ones. So when we're done, we're gonna have 250 total conventional mines. Okay, but the production will just skyrocket. So we can see annual production 575. We're at a point where we can move forward. So let's move forward till we see one of these numbers right here on the 200 tick down. Okay, so we have to watch it tick a full number. So we want 198. All right, there we go. Okay, and we also got a 1 here, right? Construction rate of 10, ordnance rate 10, fighter rate 10, governor bonus 1.1. So now if we come over here, look at this. It went up to 583. Why did it jump so much? That's because conventional industry has a mining rate of roughly 1. Trans-Newtonian is 10 times that. So we went from 570 to 583. That's fantastic. And our construction speeds will do the same thing. So let's see. So 583, right? Let's click again. Cycle down. Get another mine built. 583. 591. Awesome. That's pretty cool. You also might have noticed that these numbers changed just now. Why is that? Well, as you can see, our construction is now 561. It started at 550. We've only constructed 3 factories. That's quite a significant bump. So let's go till we see 296 on our construction and see what our time drops down to. Because we started at what, 2035 or something like that? So 26th of September 2033. Oh, whoa, check, that's awesome. So we made one more mine, or one more construction facility, and that dropped us by a month. So by the time we actually get there, this is probably really going to be like 2010 or 2020 or something like that. So that is awesome. Yes. All right, how are we doing on research? Okay, December 22. Okay, so we need to just pass a couple of months here. Game automatically flies by until research is done. All right, cool. Now we want to get this done, so let's add our researchers back to that. So we got our sensor. Now we can design our ship, right? Yes, we can. So we now see geological survey sensor. Dun dun dun. So we have a ship, 2,100 tons. Speed of 47,000 meters per second. That's pretty damn fast. That's faster than pretty much anything we've ever created as humans for real have gone. But once we start getting into things, you will see that is literally a drop in the bucket from a flood. There's a couple of other things that we need to look at here. Armor rating. What is this? 1 to 14. Well, if I click on my ship here, on the individual units, well, I can't just yet because, yeah. Armor status, that's what this is, that's what this is. So this is 114. This is telling me my armor is 1 thick. Okay? If I go to 2, it is now 2 thick. So imagine that as a 1-inch plate of armor. So I have 2 inches of armor, right? Oh, Windows error reporting, go away. 3 inches, 4 inches, 5 inches, etc., etc., etc. And you can see my weight just skyrocketing. Now, wait a second. What's that second number? Right? What is that? That is your actual hull size. Okay? So this is telling me that it takes 16 plates, 2 inches thick, to cover my ship. If I come up to 20, if we just were, it now takes 183 of them to cover our ship because it's 20 inches thick. So instead of being this thick, it's now like this thick, and I can't see if I'm actually on screen here with that. So it's going from like, you know, this thick to this thick. So now I have a much larger curvature, so it's going to take more plates. So that's what that is. So you want to keep that in mind. And we didn't add any more components, just armor. So we're going to keep that at 1 right now because we literally have no threats. All right, deployment time. That's a big one. So this is in months, right? And as you can see, we can go 31 billion kilometers. How much is 31 billion kilometers? Okay, well I'll show you. Let's zoom out. Now there's something that I haven't covered yet in Aurora. It comes with its own built-in slide rule. Oh my God, that is so awesome, right? If you hold shift, click, drag, what a hang. Daddy just measured me. There's a joke in there somewhere. Okay, so we have right now selected 51 point, well, let's see, can I go to 52 without being too bad? 52,000 million kilometers. So that's 52 billion kilometers. So our little ship here that we've just designed can go 31.9 billion kilometers. Let's zoom in here. So let's click the very center of the solar system and measure out to where it says 31.9. We can't even get that far on this scale. My goodness. Let's zoom out again. Go this way. 24. Oh my God. What did I say? 31.9. So we can go literally that far before running out of fuel. So we can go to Eris, which is at the very, very, very outer edges of our galaxy, our solar system, and back on one tank of gas. We can't, okay, we can reach him, but we can't make it back. We're going to need better engine technology or more fuel to get to this guy right here. Now, if we wanted more fuel, if we wanted to go further, if we wanted to get to that guy literally and back, we could go, bam, we can now go 62 billion kilometers, right? Erg. So if we go from here to here, wow, that's enough to go, let's go this way. 62. So I would say that's enough to get to this little moon and back. But how much weight did that add, you ask? That had to add a lot of weight. No, it only added 50 tons. So not much. So we can do that. Actually, let's add another to go 91 billion kilometers. Okay. We got our range down. We know how far we can go. We can explore pretty much everything in our solar system in one tank of gas. Maybe. Let's bring our calculator back up here, because this is going to be kind of important. So if you look next to our range, we've got fuel capacity. That's representative of our 3 fuel storages. And we also have 23,000 days at full power. 23,567. And if you remember, I have said before, Aurora 4X, 1 year is 360 days. So let's divide that by 360. That is 65 years. Oh my God. That's a long ass time. If we take 21-year-olds, they won't be back until they're in their 90s. Or sorry, mid to late 80s. So that's probably a bit too long, but we'll be fine. So we need to do deployment time. This affects maintenance. Because every so often you have to bring your ships back to your shipyard and give them an overhaul to rewind the clock. You know, that's replacing, worn out knobs, restickering the labels on the speed gauges, and, stuff like that. You're refurbishing it and remaking that ship to brand new again. We're going to give this guy a 10-year mission, which is 120 months. So you can see that changed a little bit of this, right? So we now need 4.93 tons per man of equipment. If we go to 1, we just need 1. If you look at our weight, we got 2,200. 12 months, doesn't change. 120 months, we now need 100 tons more worth of gear. So there's that. So right now, we are done with Dragon X. Our initial Essex, Dragon X, is complete. We don't have anything more that we want to add to it. We've got our geological survey sensor. We've got our rocket engine. Oh, we could add more speed, but you know what? No, let's not. Because we will have faster engines soon enough. Trust me. So we're going to close this, and then we're going to come to our industry tab. Okay, let's come to manage shipyards. So we want to build one of those ships. We've got to Boyle Naval Shipyards, and just for the sake of organization, I name these very simply Naval 1 and Commercial 1, because you can build commercial shipyards. So we want to build an Essex. How do we do that? Construction, there's nothing there. Right, we have to retool for selected class, Dragon Essex, we click Set Activity, done. Now, Very, very important. A brand new shipyard, any of them, can retool once for free instantaneously. It's because, like saying, okay, we built this shipyard, we built this construction facility, okay, what ship are we going to use it for? It's being built with that purpose in mind. So, oh, my kitty's talking. So applying it is free. Now, if I want to change it, it's going to cost. So once we get more ships designed, this required material will change to saying a number. Okay, and if you look down here, we now can construct our new ship, the Essex. Awesome. We're going to change its name, though. Dragon X. Yes. Okay, completion date, that doesn't tell us anything right now. Build cost 202, so that's materials, I believe, total materials. And we don't have any other task groups, so we'll just leave that be. And bam. What happened? Essex 2, that's not what I want, right? Right. And that, okay, so where's it at? It's in shipyard tasks. So this gives you the yard it's being completed at, assuming you have more than one yard, the ship design, the name of the unit that's going to be when it comes out, the progress, assigned to the task group, and completion date. So it's only going to take 6 months to build this guy. Oh my god, that's quick. That's before we actually... No. We're going to get our engine technology, our power technology first. So let's move on forward. Ah, excellent. We got that done. So now if we come down to power and propulsion, whoa, we got some more stuff. We got Pebble Red Reactor, base technology used for creation of power plants, real generic. Nuclear thermal engine. Oh my gosh. All right, let's... Actually, you know what? I'm not going to do that just yet. We are going to do some logistics stuff. Because we've got an engine, we're building a ship, we don't want to obsolete that ship instantaneously, do we? Of course not. So what do we have? We've got biology, and genetics, construction and production. I'm looking for specialists here because I don't like assigning people if they're not a specialist. Defensive systems. Could be interesting. Energy weapons. Oh yes, baby. Logistics and ground combat. Missiles and kinetic weapons, otherwise known as KEWs, kinetic energy weapons, which is a railgun. Power, sensors and fire control. Let's do something in here. Let's get our duranium armor. Now, this one's important because while we were in here, you saw how much weight that added. Well, the duranium armor, because every armor technology you get becomes lighter, protects more for that same 1-inch thickness. So the higher it gets, the better. And that's about all we're going to do right now. So we're just going to let that go. May of 2003. Oh, well, that was quick. Kitty, you need to be quiet because I'm talking. Yes, she's a talker. She's quite the talker. Let's come back down here to defensive systems and high-density duranium armor. Look at that cost jump. That's 5 times as expensive. But we need it. We need it. Now that one's going to take 10 years to discover. So we can just let time pass. 9 inactive research labs. Oh, that's why. Let's add those back in. Oh my goodness, he can only do 5. And he's not even the right one. So let's cancel that. How can I tell? Because this little SF here, he is a sensors and fire control. So if I click on someone, sensors and fire control, create sensors and fire control, that's what's going on. That was my foobar. All right, let's come back here to defensive systems, show specialist. We want this guy. We want high density. We want to create. Yes. Much better speed. A year. All right. Let's pass time forward until we get our ship out of dry dock. Dragon X built on Earth and assigned to shipyard task group. Yay! Our first interstellar craft! How do I get to it? Oh, okay, right here. Task groups. Now we're going to talk about ship movement. Oy vey, lots going on here. So, we are in the shipyard task group in the location system Sol. We are at fleet headquarters, that's the task force. We have our Dragon X, and we've got all these buttons and tabs down here, special orders, history, naval organizations, oh my goodness. Okay, we can drill down, we can find the ships. What do we want to do? We want to detach from this task group, because when a unit is produced, it goes into this task group automatically unless you tell it to go into another task group. So if you have, say, a terraforming task group, right? Or you have a troop transport task group, or you have an assault task group, or you have an exploration task group, you can automatically apply them to that task group with that button on the ship production. So we're going to detach. What that does is that creates a task group of just him. Pulls him out of shipyard, puts him in his own task group. That way, shipyard task group just sits there waiting for another ship to be created. All right, now what do we do? How do we move our ship? How do we tell him to go? Where did Earth go? Where did the Earth go? There it is. How do we tell him to go from Earth to Luna? Well, it's pretty dang simple, actually. We click on him. He's already selected. We tell him, oh, wait, where's the moon? Where's Luna? Checkmark moons. Now, moons have a very, very annoying bug right now in them. Don't know when it's going to get fixed. It could get fixed in 7.2, could get fixed in 7.3, could get fixed in 10.4. We don't know. You click Luna. You tell it what you want it to do. You add the move, and that's it. Now we want him to do a geological survey to find out if there's any minerals on the surface. That's what that sensor does. You can double click, you can click add, you can remove, you can cancel, pick it, extend orbit. You can remove one at a time, you can remove them all at a time. And what's even cooler is you can just click on geological survey of Luna and he will automatically move there. So we now get this distance and time. 384,000 meters to Luna. ETA 2 hours and 29 minutes. Or is that 2 minutes and 29 seconds or 2 days and 29 minutes? Let's find out. Let's go 1 hour at a time. That was 1 hour. That was 2 hours. Very cool. So now you can see that the Dragon X, our Essex class exploration ship with conventional rockets, you know, solid rocket fuel boosters, is there. And if I click on my ships here, it shows, I believe, somewhere. Okay, so this does not show where he's at. So we'll come back to this much later. Actually, you know what? We will come back to it right now because we were talking about armor. There you go. That's my armor. That is my 15 dots of armor, 1 layer deep. So if I had a 2 here, this would show 2 rows. If I had 3 rows, and so forth and so on. So that one that was 20 inches deep, it would have 20 boxes down and 100 and X to the right and left. And you can scroll left and right. So you got damage control, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. A whole bunch of good stuff here. We can even assign it to a population. So what we're concerned about, though, is this SP needed 154.3168, 43 kilometers per second. That is the amount of points that we need to get this geological survey done. What do I mean by points? Well, points means geological survey sensor. 1 survey point per tick. My cat is trying to attack my arm. She's in a playful mood. So yeah, we need 1 survey point per what? Second? Oh, no, not a second. 30 seconds? No. 2 minutes. 5 minutes. 20 minutes? Ah, there we go, hour. So that is 1 survey point per hour. So we need 150 hours of time of Dragon X going around Luna before we know there's even mineral deposits on Luna. And if there are, they will automatically pop up here, and then we will also get a pop-up down there. So let's go 5 days. Oh, where did it go? All right, that's right. The map, the game automatically rotates. And it's not just the moon, but Earth as well. So watch the little blips there. Doesn't move, there we go. So you can see the moon rotates around the planet, and the planet's rotating around the sun, and the sun is rotating well around itself. Normally I keep centered here at that zoom level so I can see Earth rotating beautifully. Alright, 30 days. And Luna has tritanium and mercasium. My God, that's some good numbers. Now what do we do with that? What do we do with that now? Really simple. We come up here to our geological survey report. And ignore colony costs. We don't want that on. Any minerals, uranium. It's not showing up. Why? Because it does not have uranium. We want tritanium. Right? But it's not showing still. Well, let's try refreshing. There we go. There's Luna. So it has a 0.6 access for tritanium and a 1 access for mercasium. So we got 1 million mercasium. That is easy to get. Whereas Earth only has 250,000. So that is fantastic. So let's go create colony on Luna, which is really awesome because now it shows up in our colony report. Yay! We even group by function. Now it tells us exactly what kind of colonies they are. So that's another type of colony. It doesn't do anything right now. It's just, boom, we've planted a flag that says Luna, colony of Earth, Sol solar system. That's all. Not a lot we can do with it right now, though, because we are still converting our industry. And look at this. We've dropped, like, what, 6 years in production time? We've dropped a year on our fuel refineries. So things are progressing. And we no longer have orange on gallicite and stuff like that. We just have it on the duranium. And it's showing because our stockpile is 1,693 tons. We need 4,798. Good news, every day you click, you get more. Because we're not using more than we're mining. So we're mining 6 per day, right? And well, that's after. So whatever we're using, we're still mining 6 per day, right? Yeah, sorry, 6 per cycle. And a cycle is 5 days. So that's that. All right, now, there's something else that we need to do on this Luna. We need to get a geological survey done from the surface. Why? Because we can find more minerals. How do we do that? We go over here to teams. Yeah, I said we were going to talk about this more, and we're talking about it right now. We want to go down to geology. And we want to click unassigned only. Then we want to click 5 people, usually the top ones. Make sure we're clicked on Luna and click create team. Now, some people are going to say that's cheaty hacks because if there's nobody on Luna, there's no population on Luna because we have 0 million, right? If there's absolutely no population on Luna, how can they get there? Well, we've got space shuttles still in the space shuttle using these new conventional engines that we designed, and the Rocket X, or in the Dragon X, can now move X millions of kilometers per second, and boom, it's there. Problem solved. So we want completed on Geological Team Survey to show up on Luna. There we go. So that's why we put them there. They have 90 points. So every tick, they will generate 90 points. And I don't know how much it needs. So if we come to it and do to zoom in and click there, there's nothing we can do. It doesn't show anything. So we just have to wait. Now, before we move forward, we've still got Dragon X here. What can we do with Dragon X? Well, we can send him to Mercury, Venus, Mars, Ceres, etc., etc., etc. Or we could automate him. Because we can, click moons, asteroids, oh my gosh, survey locations, which is jump points later on down the line. We can do all this stuff manually. Or we can come out here to special orders, right? This is quite important. So we can tell him to protect certain task groups if it's military. We can tell it to combine with another task group. We can tell it its superior formation, which he does not have one. He is one ship. He's our only ship. He has no superiors. He is the superior. Default orders. So when I don't tell him to do something over here, right, he's going to do this on his own. And we've got all this stuff. We've got nearest asteroid, survey nearest asteroid, planet or moon, nearest body, and the list goes on for quite a while. Okay, so what we want to do is we want to survey planet or moon, secondary, survey body. So what this is going to do is he's going to look at the star chart in our solar system and say, I'm on Earth. What is the nearest planet? I don't know. Let me look at the star chart. So, if we zoom in, it looks like Mercury is probably the closest planet. So if we click 5 seconds, he's going to move to Mercury and survey Mercury on his own. We don't have to, we're done. The next time we worry about him is when he tells us he's out of fuel. But we're going to try and prevent that. So you want to come back in here to special orders and you want to go to conditional order A. Click down, you can see fuel less than 50, 40, 30, 20, 10. We're going to be pretty damn aggressive on this guy because he moves really, really freaking slow. We want him to refuel at colony. So when his fuel reaches 75,000 fuel, he will automatically set a plot move to go back to Earth and refuel. How freaking cool is that? We don't have to go, Houston to Dragon X, what's your fuel level, son? I'm at 72,000 liters. Oh my God, Dragon! You don't have enough fuel to get home. Yeah, we don't want that. We want to avoid that. So that's what that does. All right, so let's just let time pass. Now you can see he's moving this way and Mercury is now over here. That's because he set his course while Mercury was there and it moved that far in 30 days. So if I move 5 days, he looks a little bit more controlled in the way he's moving. Although he's still playing a bit of catch up and it doesn't look like he's ever going to be able to catch up to him. No, he cannot catch up to Mercury. Okay, let's tell you to survey Venus then. Delete Mercury. Survey Venus. you might be able to get to Venus. Let's see. Can he get to Venus? Yes, he can get to Venus. Excellent. So 600 hours, and he can do that. Oh, and I didn't even notice down here, we got some research done. Oh my God, it's been a while. March 24th. It's been 3 months. Oh my God. All right, so let's go back to research. Who was our researcher that did that? Owen Cross. So let's take a look at Owen Cross. He's now level up. He now has 15% bonus and 25 labs. He can only control 10 previously, I think. Okay, what do we want next? We want more sensors. We want... Okay, it's not showing up. Oh, I have to research other stuff first. Power and propulsion. You know, that engine really isn't doing it. He can't get to Mercury. Let's research nuclear thermal engine technology. Oh, yeah. Let's get that done. Let's get her done. And we don't have anything to do right now because our industry tab, they're doing that. Luna has no people. So what we're going to do, Luna, we're going to set this to do 100 infrastructure on Earth and click create. We're going to use 100%. Okay, so when these are done, they will automatically move into infrastructure. Now what infrastructure does, if I click here, is it provides space for colonists to live. Since the moon has no atmosphere, literally no atmosphere, okay, it is a planetary suitability cost of 2. So for every 1,000,000 people, we need 200 infrastructure. And like I was saying, that is like your domes, your spacesuits, your moon buggies, your oxygen tanks, etc., etc., etc. If it's required to just not have your eyes bulge out of your face and go spitting off into space, that's infrastructure. Those are the items that we need. And I want to create, what did I say, 100? Yeah, you know what? Let's actually make, let's make enough for 1,000,000 people. We'll be nice. You just click modify, it changes it, done. So once we're done with that, we'll be able to put 1,000,000 people on Luna. So let's work on getting that far. But that's going to take a while because we need to build that stuff. Okay, Mercury and Venus both have stuff. He was able to get to Mercury from Venus. Very good, very good. What do we have? Venus, oh my God, 16 million duranium, 31 million mercasium. Holy crap, but accessibility of 0.1, that's going to take so long to mine out. Mercury has 6 million duranium at a 0.8, much better. This is actually a really good game. I've never gotten anything nearly this much on Mercury or Venus, let alone duranium. The biggest deposit of duranium I've gotten in previous games so far is like 100,000 in the Sol system. I got one that's had like, I think like 12 million duranium, but it's a 0.1 accessibility. So it's going to take like, even with 500 auto miners, it's going to take like 2,000 years to get it off there. I'm only getting shipments of like 12 tons at a time. That's ridiculous. So yeah, that's going to be fantastic. Where are you going now? Deimos. I believe that is part of the near-Earth asteroid belt. Where are you going? Oh, out by Mars. Oh, okay. No, that's not a near asteroid. That is a moon of Mars. Yes, look at that. That is epic. He's surveying a moon of Mars, and then he will probably survey the Mars next and its other moon. All right, let's move forward by 30 days. See, he completed it. There was nothing there. And he's moved on to Mars. Mars has something. Yes. Okay, let's get rid of these. Command assignments. We don't want those. Well, we want them, but we don't want to see them. Because they're annoying, to be honest. Command assignment, right? Yeah, command assignment. Where is it at? Ah, there we go. Double hide that. Boom, gone. All right, so there is quite a bit on Mars. 3 million duranium, 200,000 titanium, 4 million thorium. Thorium is important. We'll get to thorium later. Well, we're already using thorium in the ship, but we'll get to it later. All right, let's expand another 30 days, see where he goes. He's trying to go to Ceres, which is one of the largest asteroids in our solar system, and if I'm not mistaken, it's kind of like out here. I'm not sure exactly where it is. There it is. Yes, it's right there. It's on its own little orbital path here. It's more of like a dwarf planet than an asteroid. Oh, and we got research labs. I keep forgetting about that. Oh my god, no. No. Okay. Logistics and ground combat. So, we're building infrastructure. We need something else to go with that. First off, we're going to need cargo handling system to go with... what is it? Where to go? I know what I'm looking for. I just can't find it. Is it in... Do we already have it? So let's click a new ship. The Lexington. This is going to be a freighter. Because we need a freighter to haul this stuff around. Okay, so cargo hold. Okay, right. There we go. Cargo hold is standard. We need 50,000 per item. Okay? So let's give him a deployment time of, let's say, 36 months. All right? And we don't want to use this piddly-ass engine because we've already researched another one, right? We've researched the nuclear engines. So if we come down here, we can now do nuclear pulse engines. Awesome. So we got a 0.5. Go up to the 25 we were first time. 62 engine power. I realize I'm bouncing around here, but that's how this game works. You bounce literally from one topic to the other. It is someone with ADD's dream come true. Because it's like, I don't want to deal with diplomacy right now. I want to go research something. All right, let's go research something. And it's too easy to do. All right, so we actually want to make this engine a lot bigger. So we want a 50 hull size, so 125 engine power. Boom, this sucker's going to fly. Yeah. So let's go range dynamics, because that's our engine company. And we want to create that job. We're going to come over here to research. We're going to come power and propulsion. And we want to research this here ship engine, which is only going to take 312, so it's not going to take much. So we just saw a message. Due to increase the skill of more of its members, the rating of Alexandria Lee geology team has increased to 105. Score! Yeah, baby. That means they will find those minerals quicker. All right. Let's get this done. There we go. The engine is done. Excellent. However, we need logistics. There's something very important that we need on here because we're talking items of 100,000 tons, 50,000 ton items, or packages, right? So we've got boxes made of 50,000 tons of items. We need cargo handling systems. So we need to make this. So I don't care about this because this is important. This is probably one of the most important items in the game that you can easily forget about. Because without it, these infrastructure will never get here, at least not by our hand, or anybody's hand for that matter, because for it to be available to the civilians over here, right here, it has to be researched, period. We are the only source of scientific exploration and advancement in our current universe. Yeah. No, that's the window I want. So technology, right? Engines. So there's the secondary engine. And that engine only showed up there once I actually researched it. So we want to take this old rocket engine and bam, obsolete that sucker. And we want to wait, where's it at? That's not the right engine. We had like 60 something. So if I come down here and click refresh tech, there we go, that's better. 135. Now there's a couple other cool little features that we'll get into later. So we want to put the range dynamics on there, one engine. Wow, 59 kilometers per second. That kind of sucks. 1 billion kilometer range kind of sucks. Let's add a second engine. Okay, 116 meters per second. That's a bit better. Now that's because of his cargo holds here. Because look at his size, 107 tons? Oh my goodness. All right, let's remove that by 2. 56 tons, 221 speed. Much more manageable. You're a commercial vessel, so you don't need engineering spaces. Frees up some weight. We get rid of fuel, that doesn't really free up much space. That's 50 tons, who cares, right? Get a fuel till the cows come home, and it's not going to hurt our speed. Look at that. The more we add. So how much is it going to take to get below 200? So we have to have enough fuel for 11,000 days, 193 billion kilometers worth to get below 200 kilometers per second. So yeah, we don't really need that much fuel. We only need, we'll do 10. That's still more than enough because we're going for 36 months. But that's 36 months of space time. That's not 36 months of constant movement. That is from the time they leave Earth, they have to be back within 36 months or they start accruing penalties to efficiency and stuff like that. And I'm going to click conscript up here because that really reduces the effects of low morale. So let's see what the dragon can do. Can it collide with Ceres because it's going slow enough? Yes, it only needs 14. All right. And there was nothing on Ceres. Oh, that sucks. That really does suck. Let's come in here. Come to Mars, because we are going to colonize Mars at some point. It's only a colony cost of 2.0. And it's got, what was it that we figured? What was this big one? Yeah, 4 million thorium, which we're really going to need. So let's create a colony on Mars. And then let's come in here to industry for Earth. Oh my God, we need more industry now. So let's create another 200. So 400, we just click modify, done. So that is that. And that is pretty much it for this episode, folks. I really do hope you're enjoying this. I hope you're learning from this. I hope you're playing alongside of me, and I hope you're trying to figure out names for our technology, as well as ship names in the future, and stuff like that, because I want to make this game last. I want to, when I come in here to our galactic map, and I zoom out, I want to be like at the minimum zoom level and have all this space filled in with solar systems and stars, and I want to have the heads of alien races on the wall behind me because we just came in and explored them, and that pissed them off for some reason, and they decided to attack us, and we said, no, phasers, boom, 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 photon torpedoes, boom, 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 dead, all that good stuff. So, until next time, folks, keep it real. Peace out.